Topic numero uno. Stepping outside the comfort zone. Stepping outside the comfort zone is, I believe that everybody knows, is the most important thing in your life. And first of all, you have to understand that for everybody, like I hope you know that it's also just crazy boring to be inside your comfort zone, you know. Try some new stuff, because I think this is actually what makes life worth living. Like, that you try some stuff, you know. Okay, this is obviously completely obvious, and now the question is how to do it. It's really hard for me to step outside the comfort zone. Okay, and I can, you know, you are so trained of a few things, you know. You are so trained to do some stuff. Hey, we are coming back to the elephant metaphor. Oh man. But I believe, let's go, okay, in this late night talk completely with a metaphor. If this elephant, for example, he's always going through his path, and he's obviously like, those are your habits. For example, you have certain habits and you always go this path, this elephant, and he feels nice there, you know, because everything outside of this path is kind of scary. But I can only tell you, the elephant finds the nice shit to eat outside of this path, you know, because everything comes, from my perspective, kind of mundane in the comfort zone. And I can only tell you with how I always, like, for example, I have something new. Let's make a really basic example. I struggle with pull-ups. Pull-ups, you know, this thing when you pull yourself up, just as an example, not the reality. Anyways, you struggle with that, and then you say, hey, it's actually all your muscles, they don't know this movement. They can't do it, and it's so outside your comfort zone. But then I always start with something very tiny into this direction. For example, I do not instantly a pull-up. I try not instantly to do a pull-up. I just try to pull myself on this table, you know, when I'm laying on my back. Okay, now you have to be into sports and all, why I'm doing this, but you know what I mean. The first thing is realizing that you want to step outside of the comfort zone, what you want to achieve outside of the comfort zone, and then I think small steps towards it, because this is what makes it easy to, like, imagine this elephant goes like a small step into this direction, and then he goes back to his path because it's already enough for the day, and then he goes for another step, and eventually he reaches the point, you know what I mean? Your comfort zone limits you 100%. And I think you know that it doesn't make any sense to chill your whole life into that, because in the comfort zones oftentimes not so much stuff happens, you know. If you stay in a comfort zone, for example, then you would never like write the exam. For example, only if you're obligated to write the exam, but for example in law it was always that you have to apply for the exam. And obviously if I just stay in there, I just don't apply, you know, I just don't go there, you know, or I don't go to the lecture. But what if the comfort zone is a person, and out of that you feel uncomfortable, you feel comfortable doing all the things with this person, you do adventurous shit and all, and have a lot of fun. I think this is a little bit different, because this whole stepping off the comfort zone with yourself, but in the end of the day you can deal with it maybe in the same way of, first of all, that I hope just that first of all you're not completely emotional dependent to this person, and it maybe would be the same with a different person, but can only tell you that you, for example, okay, when I was younger and I always went with the burger friend to the club, or with the Greek guy, I also just then decided to go with other people, that it also works with other people, and that it has nothing to do with the person. But you could also do it alone, but I'm not sure if, like, what kind of situation you have exactly in your head, you know? Sometimes or the other in your life you have to get out of your comfort zone, but the more you delay, the more hard you throw outside of your comfort zone by life. So it's better to start small steps now. Yeah, it's really like learning something new. It's like you will start in the beginning and it feels crazy hard. It feels like something that is unimaginable to achieve, but you know, but those tiny steps, because this is how everything works in life. Like really, every skill you will learn in your life, you will learn slowly, you know. For example, when I learned violin, my teacher always told me, start slow, like play it slower. like let your fingers move slower and all this stuff. And I was always, hey, I want to do it quick. The professionals also doing it quick, but it's just not like that. It's every skill, everything that you do that's kind of hard, and learning a skill is 100% also stepping outside of your comfort zone. You have to work, learn by step. So oftentimes you have this big aim, this big goal. For example, I want to achieve that, or I want to, I don't know, learn this skill, for example, and a backflip. It looks so hard, but maybe you have to start with a tiny practice today, and then you do it tomorrow, and it feels easier and easier day by day. And it really goes like that. And those tiny steps are actually a game changer, I would say, I'm working on it. Gym and going to uni is part of it, I guess. And I really think for example, you, like how I know you, it's so nice. Crazy good step, because this takes so much, it's also crazy out of their comfort zone for a lot of people going to the gym. I think some are really scared of that, Right now I'm working on doing plans for the future, because I feel like I can be more prepared for the future changes, but I'm not used to my life right now. That stepping out of that makes me nervous. And I think this is really a good sign. Like, I always did it in my life. For example, if I'm really scared of something, or I'm really nervous with something, I have the feeling, hey, damn, Pascal, you are on the correct route to what you want to be in your life. For example, when I had the bike exam, I was never so nervous before I did something. I think this was peak nervousness in my life, and the only thing that calmed me down a little bit, even though I was still crazy nervous, was telling myself, hey, this is the right thing to do. You are scared like a baby right now, and you are never scared of something so much. Like, I don't know the last time when I was so scared in my life, and then I said to myself, hey, this is the right thing to do. This is really something you should now face, if you know what I mean, like a way created by fear. I'm scared of going to the gym. I'm scared of going to the gym. The people agree with that. Reaching the goal step by step, like a staircase. It's really like that. Like, imagine, I think also when you think about like your precious thing that you want is on a big tower, and you it's just not possible that you will ever fly there. You will not wake up with a pair of wings, You will only have to take every stair after stair, and then maybe if you really push through, like for days and days, then you will maybe reach it, Like, if you now think about a whole big tower, and on top of the tower there is something for you, you have to take the steps. It's nothing other than that. Not stepping out of your comfort zone feels shame and low self-worth, and it makes it even feel harder because you think you're weak. Can say it from experience. I'm trying to change though. And it's also completely okay to, hey, today I can't step out of my comfort zone. It's sometimes also okay to chill in your comfort zone for a day, I would say. Fully okay with that, I also had a lot of evenings where my friends, for example, invited me, or where I just for, I don't know, let's say for a party or something, and when I was really young, I said, no, I will not do it. I will not step out of my comfort zone today. It is what it is, like nobody will complain about this night, I think, hopefully. So it is. But then I did it after that, so it's really okay. Even though my heart skips a beat the first day I started something new, I love it because it makes me whole life my comfort zone. It's really, I can also only tell you, I think there is no better feeling than going out of it, like than trying really it, or going for those small steps. Also something with this whole stepping out of the comfort zone, being more and more comfortable outside of the comfort zone is just a crazy feeling. Like, for example, when I was younger, and I, like in school, we had like acting in primary school, so really long ago, and I always wanted to be, when I was younger, an actor, and then I was so nervous, and I did this presentation. I did like random presentation because it was just bad when it came to like normal exams. I did presentations, I did like weird acting things and all, and it was more and more I really like to be crazy nervous about it. Like, I really like to stand there on the stage, and I was really like, damn, for some reason you are comfortable here, So I can only recommend this feeling, to be honest. Pushing yourself too much is not beneficial, and not pushing yourself at all is not good. Make time for yourself to think everything through is super important. 100% true. And I think we can go for the next session. I hope now everything is good with the mic. I'm sorry, guys. Like, what should I do to get out of my comfort zone? Start with, okay, to finish the topic now, by the way, start with something small. Start with what is outside of your comfort zone and do a small step towards it. For example, you really want to start hitting the gym, you know, then maybe to feel more comfortable, if you are even too scared of really applying for gym, then applying, I don't know if this is the right English word, but you know, like signing the contract, maybe do some push-ups at home, do small steps into the direction you want to, or squats or whatever you want, you know, and or going there to the gym and check it out from outside. Like, is it my place to be, you know? I think, even though this sounds ridiculous, but those are really tiny steps. And if you're really scared of something, you have to do this, you know? Think about the elephant, you know? He's just scared and doesn't want to drag into any direction. Hit the gym, y'all. No, by the way, guys, I'm not in the gym. I'm training from home. You can also do it from home. It's time to go to the gym. No. But it was just an example, guys. The Panks are gonna invade all the gyms on the planet. Oh man, I don't want to really sound like someone who's like, you have to hit the gym to become happy in life. It's really not what I believe in. But I hope you understood what I was trying to say.